The first thing I do is I hit the scenes button just to wipe out the board, set it straight. I picked the DAW Studio 275 digital as my scene. That's the only one we really use unless we're doing video. So I hit recall, ortho recall up here, and it says, do you want to do this? And you say okay, and then basically it wipes the board and sets it all up to be a controller for the digital audio workstation. Then I come down here to my toolbar and I pick the Studio One icon, and this will go through its launching segment, and it's probably going to come up with an error to say some of your MIDI devices aren't connected, and those are like the Bluetooth.
Because they're not on.
Right. And we don't need them today, so I'm going to say no. That gives you the option to actually say yes and then connect them to make sure that they are connected. And then basically the next step is to create a new song. And then you're going to pick a template, which is the DAW Studio 275 as the template. And then you're going to put the name of the project in, and we're going to say this is going to be, what's today's date? 07-18-19 WCMA interview. And then what I do, I set my resolution. This is 48K, and I usually do 32-bit. I'll probably bump that down since it's an audio project. I'll bump it down to 44.1, 16-bit. And then I choose my browser to point to where I want it to go. We have a songs folder created on the external hard drive. And in that songs folder, if it was a new person that we haven't recorded before, I would do new folder. And then I type in the name of the new folder. But since we've already done WCMA, I know that there's a folder in here for them. And there's the WCMA folder. And then I just basically open that, and it's going to create its own folder for all the media files for this particular song. Or
so interview. This project is ISO'd?
Yep, it's ISO'd completely. Then basically I say okay, and that's going to open up the DAW window. And this is basically my mixer over on this side and my tracking over on this side. And when they get here, I'll go through here and I'll rename each of these tracks to whomever the person is.
The individual?
Yep. Since I know there's only going to be 6, just to be safe, I'm going to just delete all the other tracks that we don't need for now. And all I'm doing is just saying remove tracks, just make it a little cleaner.
Good.
There's probably only
up this side too.
Yeah. There's probably only 6 people, but I'll leave the other 2 just in case somebody decided to show up. The nice thing is once this is done, I can actually select DAW on the console. By doing that, this now becomes the control interface for here. So the nice thing about that is that when I'm going to set up my first microphone, which in this case we have 6 microphones out there, and I'm going counterclockwise. So starting at this one over here, that's number 1, and going all the way around to number 6. So what my first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select track 1, okay, and that selects it up here and here. And then these aren't phantom powered, so I don't need phantom power. And then I basically just turn up the gain on the first one. Usually with SM58 or dynamic microphones, you got to kind of crank up the gain a bit. I'm probably going to start at about 50. And then I simply do the same for the other channel. I select that, bring up the volume fader to unity gain. Again, bring it up to like 50. Now, because this is the controller, all it's really doing at this point, if you'll notice, is up on the screen here, is the same exact thing. So I could do it here. As a matter of fact, we're going to select this as my channel.
Could you type 50 in there directly?
You could. So that's going to be a lot easier, right? So I hit 50. Done. Now I can select this channel. 50. I could copy paste, just standard Windows type operating.
Just in case you had something really...
Yep, a whole bunch of them. And I could actually, honestly, select all of these at the same time, and it would just do it for all of them. So now we selected 50 decibels for all of them, and I could also do this. So like I'm going to shift click the other remaining tracks and bring up the volume faders. And as you'll notice, it brought up the volume faders here. I could have done that physically too here. And we should actually be ready
Ready to test?
to record. The other thing that I did when I first started up the mix board, the power is in the back here. I also turned on the power to the headphone monitor station, which is basically just the controller for the speakers, sending the audio to the speakers. And I turned on the amplifier, which the button for that is over on the right-hand side. So now we've got everything set. The cool thing is when they come in, I'll name the tracks. So the first track I know is going to be Alejandro. And then hit tab, and then I could do the second one, but you'll notice down here now, my scribble strip says Alejandro. So they're tightly integrated, and it makes it really nice to be able to simply type on your keyboard instead of trying to dial in something over there. So now that's all set, and I'm actually going to go into the first microphone, and I'm just going to talk into it, and you can watch the meters. They should show up there. Let me just check something real quick. Yeah, this is just to make sure that the Studio Live box that's out there, the stage box, is actually up and running. Yep. It's just a little safety. So yeah, I'm going to go talk into that, and now you should see meters pop up. Okay, so now we should have signal on channel 1.
Perfect. Yep.
And we should have signal on channel 2.
Yep.
Channel 3.
Yep.
Channel 4.
Yep.
Channel 5.
Perfect.
And channel 6.
Perfect. And actually, not too much bleed on the other channels even.
What's that?
And not too much bleed on the other channels even.
Yeah, it's very minimal.
Good.
Very minimal. And basically what I'll do is
Excellent. Our work is done here.